Bezos or Bezos?
I pronounce it Bezos.
It's Bezos.
Who cares those? How about that?
I'm so dumb.
At least you're pretty.
Welcome to Always Room for More. I'm your host, Chris Moore. With me always is the beautiful girlfriend, Trina Penny.
Hello.
And today's a special episode because we don't just have my best friend anymore. He's not here right now because he took the day off. We have Trina's best friend, Jessica.
Hello.
And always with us,
Spinny.
Yeah, I'm really excited because Jess and I have been best friends for 21 years. Mm-hmm. And I'm really happy that she's getting to be on an episode. So, yay.
We've mentioned her enough times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been name dropped a lot.
Yeah.
I've noticed that.
Now the actual person.
She's real.
I am real. I'm real, guys.
Are any of us really real?
Oh, here
That's,
we go.
that's a good topic to get into.
Are you real?
We just started.
But
Oh boy, and it's still early.
we haven't even started smoking yet, really.
How do you know?
How do you know? Well,
How do you know you're real?
Well, isn't it the pain? Isn't when you feel something, you can feel things. You feel pain, we feel
but I
sadness.
felt pain in a dream before. But was it a dream?
Was it?
How do you know it's a dream?
If you die in your dream, do you die in real life?
Let's smoke weed about that. Jess doesn't smoke weed, so she's going to be
I will
having
take a sip.
a sip of, what are you drinking?
Caesar.
Ah.
There was a meme I saw yesterday. It was pretty good. It was the Caesar meme. It was just the Blue Album by Weezer. And one of the members was just the Little Caesars mascot, and the rest of them were employees of Little Caesar with their uniforms, and one of them was holding a bunch of hot and readies. And instead of Weezer, it was Caesar. And that's the whole joke. It's so stupid.
You see, the fact that you showed that meme to me and I didn't get it until you just fucking explained it.
No.
I'm just like, ha ha ha.
This
And
is
now it's funny.
This is funny.
If you're listening to the States, you might not know what Little Caesars is. It's a pizza place in Canada. I don't think they have those in the States, do they?
What?
Isn't it American?
It seems so American. Like, where the fuck else can you get like that much food for $3? That is like the definition of American culture.
Hold on.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's a Canadian country. Sorry, holy crap.
Yeah.
Just cleaned my bong.
This smells like it killed you.
Man, so yeah, it was just, ooh.
That sounded meaner than I meant it to.
Served in Canada for over 50 years. So, I'm assuming it's Canadian, but
Yeah, but are they in the States?
is it American?
Yeah. Is Little Caesars in America? I don't think it is.
Just like all dressed chips.
Little Caesars Enterprises is an American food chain founded in 1959.
Oh,
I'm wrong.
It's one of those. Get Canada proud. Not that one.
Yeah.
That's not what I meant.
Little Caesars celebrates the opening of its 50th restaurant. It also went international with the opening of its first store in Canada. Today, the company has stores in all 50 states and 18 international markets. Why am I reading this?
Oh, because I was dumb.
Now we know.
I said the most stupidest thing you could probably say.
Little Caesars.
It's
Like the place where you can get an entire pizza in 30 seconds for $5.
It's American.
That's not American.
Well, you never know. Some places don't have the same things we have, right? So it's always confusing.
Yeah, but it's like weird things, like all dressed chips.
Yes.
Like
or
Americans
bars.
don't have all dressed chips.
I thought they didn't have ketchup chips either.
That too.
They don't have either.
Well, actually,
Suckers.
Jess would be the expert on this because she's been to the States probably more than any of us.
Mainly southern states. So,
Yeah, because you were in the Teen Tour Band.
yep.
So you got to travel a lot with that.
What's a teen tour band?
It's a marching band that I was in, like military style marching.
I just imagined you one of those like SpongeBob marching band outfits from
That's what our uniforms looked like.
like the Goofy Cooper rock.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I used to go watch her performances, and yeah, like she had like the full marching band uniform, but she was in color guard, so she got to hold the flag and to like do cool flag spins and stuff like that. Yeah. It was really fun. Like I used to go to your
was fun.
parades all the time, and like come to your practices sometimes. So
Yeah, farthest I went is Japan.
Damn.
Damn.
To Japan in 2009.
yeah,
Be
It was
hype.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Japan seems scary.
Don't go in the summer. We went in August.
Was it warm?
Oh. You would die. Don't go.
I was just talking about like all the people, just how condensed it is. Just
Yeah.
I,
There's a
I
lot of
just
people.
Immediately feel like a little agoraphobic. Yeah, I immediately get like freaked out by just the sheer number of people there.
There's smaller villages.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you
for
don't,
sure.
If you don't like people, then I would say stay like in one of those, because we stayed in two places, Tokyo and Kyoto. Like I would say go to Kyoto. Like if you want a little bit more like the city experience, but not Tokyo,
Yeah,
go there.
yeah, it's like going to like Pittsburgh versus New York City. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, like
Yeah.
or like London versus Toronto.
Yeah.
some of the pictures you showed me were absolutely gorgeous. Some of the shrines that you got to see and stuff like that,
Yeah.
really pretty. But yeah, I think the just volume of people would freak me out as well, because I have a hard time just being in downtown. But then I go to like a concert or something like that, and I'm like, put me in the middle, squish me. Like I don't know, it's weird. It's a different dynamic than traveling to a completely different place
Well, I
and
think-
just being like immersed in a different culture. I've never traveled, so it gives me a little bit of anxiety.
I was gonna say, I think in a concert setting, you're around your people. You know, people
Yeah.
who all have the same kind of feeling as you do for being here for this concert.
Yeah.
In public, you're just with some of the people that you don't know what they like or don't like.
Yeah.
Or,
You're just your people. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that in like cons. Like I can go to a con and be an artist alley and
yeah.
sardines.
Yeah.
Oh,
exactly.
like comic book conventions.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are great.
Like artist alley,
Fantasy
I'm
conventions,
in there like stink.
I used to go to Ad Astra. That was fun.
What's that?
It's a comic book / like sci-fi fantasy convention.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. 501st Legion was there, and it was
I
really
love
cool.
the 501st.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their Job of the Hut scares me, but I love the 501st.
I really
When you're in the bathroom and that's all you hear, it's spooky.
True.
I'm gonna smoke weed to that.
I miss London's comic convention that we had a couple of times. We went to the last one, and it was amazing.
Oh man, I got to meet Billy Boyd, which is, if for people that don't know who Billy Boyd is, he plays Pippin in Lord of the Rings. He's one of the hobbits, and he was always my favorite hobbit. So when I heard that he was going to be at the London Comic Con, I was just like,
We're going.
we're not missing this. We're not missing this. And I got a picture with him. It was one of the best days of my life. Like that and meeting Kevin Smith were two of the best days of my life. Because I'm just like, this is fantastic. I got to tell him he was my favorite hobbit too, which was pretty badass. But yeah, when it comes to the States and stuff like that, I think the farthest I've ever been is Buffalo. And it was for my grade 8 grad dress because I couldn't find anything.
It's a long way to go for a
Yeah,
dress.
no, seriously, I was a chubby kid. I'm still large, you know.
So you're also tall.
I'm also tall,
Yes.
right? But being also twice the size of all the girls in my grade at 13, you know, height and width, I couldn't find anything that would fit me that was age appropriate.
No.
Right? Like everything that would fit me was either really like low cut and like skanky
Or like Mother of the Bride.
yeah. Or like you're 60 years old and you wearing it, you know, like it just nothing worked. So my mom and her friend were like, well, let's try going to the States. So we went to a mall in Buffalo and we went to Macy's and we found this like cute like strapless dress that was like a bigger size and stuff like that. But that's literally as far as I've gone. I have never been anywhere else except for my mother tries, like, she's like, oh, well, we took you to Nova Scotia when you were like 2. And I'm like, Ma.
Cool.
I wasn't conscious then.
If
I
I
was just like
don't-
a lump of meat.
Yeah.
It was like eating
I'm like,
and
Ma.
pooping and sleeping. That's it.
It's not a cognitive age, it doesn't count. Like, I'm sorry. It just doesn't count.
You were there physically. Mentally, you were in baby world.
My little sister claims to remember stuff when she was 2 or 3.
It can happen.
It does happen because I do have very specific memories
I
of
have no
things.
reason. Yeah, I have no reason not to believe her.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
I have very specific memories of things, and like I can tell my mom something, and that happened in Nova Scotia, right? But I don't remember physically going there. I remember being
You probably slept the whole car ride and just woke up in London or wherever you lived again.
Yeah.
You just like, I just slept for a day.
yeah, like it was
Yeah.
just one of those things where I was like, okay, well we're here now.
You only
This is
remember
my
the fu-
aunt's place.
Yeah, you only remember the fun bits.
And it's like, okay, well how was I supposed to know my aunt's place was in Nova Scotia? I was
Yeah.
2.
You can't fathom that amount of distance you've traveled.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay.
You just think it's literally like, oh, we drove a little bit and then we're there. Like,
yeah. So I don't remember the traveling bit. I remember being in her pool. That's about it.
See, my problem is like I remember memories from when I was young, but is that because I remember them or because I've been told so many stories from my childhood
that you
Yeah.
made an imaginary memory.
that I have my own memories
Yeah,
of it
see,
now?
no, for me, it's just like all gone. Like a good chunk of it. Like most of it. There's like a couple key things I remember, but
Yeah.
it's all after 10. Like, I don't even remember most of public school.
The reason I know that I have specific memories is because I have told my mom these things and she had no knowledge of them. Like, there's a specific memory where I woke up in the middle of the night and crawled over the side of my crib. And I got down, I looked at my grandmother sleeping because she was sleeping on the little couch in my nursery. I crawled over the side of my crib, stood on the little table that was beside my crib, got down, walked out into the hallway, sat in front of the door, looked at the door, and went, "Where's my mother?" Looked at the really dark living room next to me and went, "I don't like that," and went back, crawled on top of the table, swung my leg back over the crib, and laid back down. I was the only one there. I remember it vividly.
Yeah.
My mom
Weird.
was like, "Wait, what?"
That's weird.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Like my like Disney World trip when I was like 6.
yeah.
I own video and pictures. That's why I remember it. That's it.
Makes sense.
No. I
Yeah.
never went there.
Yeah, it's weird because even though I don't remember anything like pretty much before the age of 11, I have a really really good memory from the things since then onwards.
I
Like,
don't.
I remember very very specific stupid things. Like I've just got a really good memory, but like it just replaced my childhood memory.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if there's just like a reset that happens every 12 years or so.
I don't know. I feel like maybe because I hang on to nostalgia really hard, I cling to those childhood memories, but my short-term memory is crap. And that could be the weed. But
Probably the weed.
it's probably the weed. But my long-term memory from like my childhood, I hang on to those pretty tightly. I have a pretty vivid
True.
picture.
I have a feeling they're still in there somewhere. If I was reminded.
If you meditated, I bet you could probably
Just rattling around.
I think that's what it really comes down to is
Unlock them.
if you're reminded, because like I know like Ryan always says, I know so many fucking movies. How is it possible I remember all of them? Most of them I forget. As soon as I see a scene from it though, it all comes flooding back to me as a whole fucking movie. And I'm
Yeah.
like, bang.
Well, here's my theory about memory. It's like a hard drive. You know, like you defrag your hard drive, right? But it saves all the things you see. But there's only so much space. It'll start erasing stuff. But if it's not already erased, like you can delete something from your hard drive, but you can get it back. How you get it back is that the markers that, like the pointers that point to where that is, that's what gets deleted. And that section of the hard drive can be overwritten. But if it hasn't been overwritten yet, all that stuff's still there. It hasn't been deleted. So when you get a prompt, a stimuli, something to like bring that pointer back, that points to where that memory was saved.
Like a search bar.
Yeah, exactly. But more like that's a search bar for a search bar.
Nah.
Like your Finder on the computer.
It's more like
files.
Yeah, Finder is the search bar, but like the file being there, that's
Keywords.
that's the pointer. That you see a file. The pointer is that it's right here, and that's technically a link to literally a physical piece of gear that holds that memory, where the stuff's saved on your computer.
Right.
That little folder icon tells you that that's in that.
Yeah.
That if you throw those in the trash, that pointer gets deleted.
Right.
But it's not deleted. And even if you delete it from the trash, like it's still in your trash bin, right?
Have a toke, honey.
Well, do you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. And I think we should smoke weed on that one.
Do you get it?
You're not giving me any like response. You're just staring at me blankly. I'm like,
Because no, I don't get it. Sorry. I don't.
I understood what you meant, but
fair.
it was just funny to watch her just kind of smile and stare, smile and stare.
He'll stop eventually, right?
But that's like one of Cuban things Cuban things.
You can't do that while I'm joking. You nearly killed me.
So it's like Stephen King's book, Dreamcatcher. In that book, one of the characters basically hides out because he's being taken over by an alien. Spoilers. And he basically tries to hide out in his own mind from this alien that's searching for his like conscience to fully take over him, right? And inside his mind is like a fucking like
Yeah, I remember this. Yeah.
almost like a warehouse of fucking books, like library, like a giant ass library. And all this library is all his memories, and he's hiding his memories from this thing. He's trying to hide the best ones from this thing because if it gets to these memories, it could figure out something, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can figure out the insert plot of storyline here.
Yeah. Exactly. So I always like that kind of theory of like our brains are kind of like a giant storage system where it's like constantly endless, where you have all these different files you can look up. You just got to find them and go through it all.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Speaking of memories, Jess and I have lots of those. Don't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Well, yeah, 21 years worth, I think. Because we met when I was 7 and you were 8. And you lived 5 minutes around the corner. And we drove our parents nuts.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of
me
those
more
things.
so your mother.
Yeah. Yeah, you were like, you lived at my house. Which was awesome. And I miss it because now you live in a different city. Well, I live in a different city. Yeah. Well, we both do technically.
Oh, yeah.
But I moved away first and I got in trouble for
Yeah,
it.
she left me.
I went to school.
And then you stayed. You ditched me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Sure.
It started as 2 years and it turned into 10. And it was bad. I feel bad.
Yeah, it was the same with me in London. I moved to London for school. Now I'm here now.
Yeah,
home.
this is where I live. I tried going back. I did. I
Yeah.
came back for 3 months and it was awful. The only thing that got me through it was Jess. Because like I was in a really bad pit of depression. You leave for so long. You leave your hometown for so long. You just come back and you don't fit in
It's
anymore.
not the same.
Yeah.
St. Thomas is weird. It doesn't feel like the St.
Right,
Thomas I grew up
like
in.
Yeah.
once we didn't have my family home anymore, like once that was gone, I really didn't feel like other than just still living there, I didn't have much to go back to. Everybody that had begged me to come back otherwise was just non-existent. They were like, meh, you're here, that's cool. I'm like, you begged me
Yeah.
to move back here and uproot what I had built there to
Yeah.
come back. And I came back and you don't even care, right? So
Yikes, on several bikes.
right? So I was just like, And I couldn't find a job out there. I was depressed. It was just it was easier to just come back because my parents were taking care of my apartment, so I still had my apartment to come back to if I needed it. So yeah, I just ended up coming back out here, much to Jess's
Dismay.
yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't want to leave you again. I tried,
I know.
but at least we got to visit.
Yeah. And who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Do do do.
What are you smoking, Chris?
Oh, yes. We'll explain the strain right now. Why not? So today's Explain the Strain. I brought something from our favorite dispensary, Forest City Marijuana. It's by Northern Harvest. It's strawberry ice.
Ooh.
It's got a THC of... Where the hell did that thing go? Oh. It's on here, and damn it, of course Ryan's not here, so I can't fully understand how to fucking read this fucking thing.
It's only been 16, 17 episodes. What are we on?
Well, he's the fucking wizard at reading these fucking things. He's the connoisseur. He's our weed connoisseur. So it's a little weird.
That's okay. That's okay.
I think it's like 20 something or 18. I think 18%
Yeah.
THC.
Yeah, it's 18.
Yeah.
Can you just move the decimal place over one?
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to be wrong and say,
18%.
oh, it's 18. And it turns out to be something else. But yeah, it's pretty good. Don't let the name fool you. It doesn't have a minty flavor.
What's the name?
Strawberry ice.
Strawberry ice.
Yeah, because I one time got, well, even Ryan's could attest if he was here, but we one time got vapes for our vape pen, like our, what do you call it, refillables. And it had a weird menthol taste to it. Ugh. Yeah.
Actually, I like menthol.
I didn't
I miss
mind
menthol
it, but-
cigarettes. I know smoking's gross, blah blah blah, but I miss them. They're gone.
Oh yeah.
They've been gone for years.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, just gone. You can get them from the reserve still.
That makes sense. I remember because my aunt used to smoke them all the time. And I remember she saying that she would have to start buying them from the reserve, like off the reserve, even though she would come into town to buy them from, what do you call it?
I remember I had one menthol and I almost, I gagged. I was
never
like, this is
liked
the
them.
most disgusting thing ever. No thanks. I'll just give me lights. I'm good. Yeah. So Jess works as a vet tech assistant.
I am not a
And-
vet.
No, but
No, like, yeah, I work in the veterinary field, and we're taking a pretty hard hit throughout this
Oh, for sure.
pandemic. I mean, everyone is, but like everyone got dogs and
Yeah, exactly.
especially dogs during the pandemic, and
Oh yeah, to get them through.
they're all because they're home.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's home. There's been like a huge boom, and which is fine, but now there's all these dogs and cats with separation anxiety because now their owners are slowly trickling back to work, and will be trickling back to work. That it's gonna be great to deal with at work. So
It is tricky too, because I'm one of those people that we got a dog
yeah,
at the beginning of the pandemic pretty well.
Yeah.
He's pandemic years old.
yeah.
But yeah, and like we unfortunately didn't get to socialize them as much as we wanted with
No.
other animals, right? But we did try to socialize them with people as much as we could,
yeah.
right? And then as well as just like get him used to us leaving
Yeah.
without him,
Yeah.
right?
The
Figuring it.
responsible pandemic dog owner.
Yeah,
They're far and few between.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a good dog mom. It wasn't me. That helped very much with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we're contactless, right? Because obviously everything's curbside.
Yeah.
That we take the dog in. Mom and dad stay outside. So they freak out.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
Taking the cats to the vet has obviously been easier because they're cats. They don't really have separation anxiety issues
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, they kind of want to be separate.
Yeah, like
Like-
I'll just like
The
have,
necessities, man.
yeah. I put Harley in her crate and they just kind of pick her up off the chair, right, and take her in, and I just wait outside. It's walking distance, which is nice too. However, I really wish that I could go to like you.
Me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the clinic I do go to is really, really nice. And but Sadie, oh my gosh, she is a pain in the oh my
Got
god.
feisty in her old age, and I don't blame her, man. You like. I'm gonna get feisty when I'm old. When I'm old, I'm gonna get real feisty.
Like,
If you think I'm feisty now, just wait and see. It's gonna be extra feist.
No, Sadie hit a certain age and she just kind of stopped listening. Yeah, like she hit 7 and now that she's 8, it's like tenfold. I don't give a hell. But fuck you. Like,
I feel that now. I don't.
Yeah.
blame
So
and-
she's turned into Nana, is what you're saying.
Yes, 100% she's turned into Nana.
her. Love it.
And basically, yeah. So when I could go in with her, I had her there and I was like trying to get him check her out and stuff like that, and she would not sit still. Like,
Make me.
she is just a worm. And he's like trying to do an exam on her and he's just like, can you try and hold her? I'm like, do you think I'm not? Like, do you not see me basically straddling my dog and she's still squirming? Like, she's feisty. She's not like,
Extra feist.
she's not brittle, you know? She's 100 pounds and just full of power and energy, and it's just like, I'm going to knock you over now.
Yeah.
You know?
I go that way.
Yeah. It was just like, I'm not going to sit still so you can check me. No.
Yeah.
And like the bum wiggle, right? Where it's just constant back and forth. Her whole body moves.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's a handful for sure. I feel bad because
She's
when I
an
do have
armful.
to take her, it's still contactless right now, and I
Yeah.
need to take her back. And they're going to have a real treat because I'm not there to control her.
No.
So,
That's gonna be fun for them.
At
yeah.
least she's friendly. She's just feisty.
Yeah, she's a
Yeah.
absolute sweetheart. She's not aggressive whatsoever. There's no aggressive.
It's more just like, no.
Yeah.
I will.
No, I will not.
I will take stubborn and wiggly over aggressive
Yeah.
and trying to eat me.
Yeah.
No, yeah, she's not aggressive. It's just she wants to lick your face and not sit
Yeah.
still. And it's just like, can you be calm for 5 seconds?
Yeah.
Like, old dogs are supposed to be calm and you are not. But yeah, I don't envy you and your job because I've heard some of the horror stories. You know,
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't do your job.
Compassion fatigue is real.
Yeah, like I can imagine, especially during the pandemic. You know, you deal with so many clients, and
That's why I won't work ER. Like, for basically this reason. Like, our local emerge, they had a receptionist walk out mid-shift, and one finish her shift, and then called the doctor, like, the next day and was like, I will come back when things have calmed down.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. Just because people are unreasonable.
well, everybody thinks they're entitled, you know, and like I get it. You're upset about your animal, but
Yeah.
there's being upset about your animal and then being just a dick.
Yeah. Being
Yeah.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can understand, like, when they're sick and they're not feeling well. But this is, like, people are entitled unreasonable when they're coming in for a vaccine. Like, it's a vaccine. It's okay. You're not dying. Like,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like emergent. They're just being a pain in the ass.
yeah.
Yeah. Unless your dog's like almost like in like death's door kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, I can understand. Like, we've had a couple of situations where, you know, like, shit got real. But, and, like, those I can understand. It's a high stress thing.
And people show stress in different ways.
Yeah.
Sometimes
So
it's
that I
like
can
by lashing out.
understand.
Like,
But,
I just cry.
like, you need to come in for a rabies vaccine. Why can't I come in? You can't go in anywhere. You can't go in freaking Canadian Tire. What makes you think you're going to come in and be with us?
Yeah.
Well, I can wear a mask and go to the grocery store. Cool. You can stay 6 feet away from me in the grocery store.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You're not in a tiny little room. Like, one of
after-
our exam rooms is this big.
after a year and a half, you think they get it, you know? Like, almost 2 years of this. It's not new information.
No.
Right? I get it. Working in retail, it's not the same thing, but you just, you get tired of repeating yourself to the same thing over and over and over again. It's like, okay, I have rules on the door that
Yeah.
explain this. You know,
We have a
it's
giant
not,
stop sign on our door.
Right,
And
it's-
people still go to push the door.
it's not my fault. You know?
Yeah.
I did not make this rule. I just have to enforce it. And that's the thing that they can't get their head around. We're making the rule to them, right?
Yeah.
So it's immediately our fault.
The vet that in Westmount, it has a drive-through.
What?
What?
How does that work?
It's still like a door, but there's like a door for people. And then on the side, there's a door in like a little car park area.
Huh.
And it's like a little overhang. Okay. And then like they just open the passenger door, and then the dogs can go. Or the driver door, too. And there's enough room for the door to open, both doors to open, basically.
That'd be so nice.
And then they just go in, and then they're like,
We've one
cool,
tiny
yeah,
little
come
door.
back around the next.
That'd be so nice.
Yeah.
I would love that.
It's interesting. I was because I never really, like, I had to take the dogs just for their shots and stuff like that, and just like stuff like we weren't allowed to go in either, which was like cool. They let me wait in like the basically the mud room of the vet, like you can wait inside if it's raining or cold, but like not inside.
Yeah.
My vet was not big enough for that. I had to stand outside still.
Yeah. We have like a little alcove. So we used to have a table outside, like last summer, and now we have like a smaller table in between. I call it our airlock.
Yeah, see, my vet, like the vet clinic that I go to is super small, so they don't really have the facilities.
Just one door.
To be, yeah, it's just one door and then an area, right? And then they have a couple of rooms off the side, and then a back area for the doctors and whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the one day I took Harley, poor thing. She was raining, and I took a cab over there because it's like really close, but I didn't want to take her when it was cold and wet, right? But I still had to wait outside, so I'm like, I took my jacket off and like put it over her cage, and I'm like standing in the rain, and they're like, I can take her while you wait, and I'm like, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna stand here. I mean, obviously it's not their fault. Again, I'm not mad at them, but I'm just like, I really wish this was a bigger place.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah. I think I like tucked myself under the like slight overhang of the roof while I waited. It was fine. It was only spitting. It wasn't like it was pouring rain. If it was pouring rain, I'd have been more worried about Harley than anything, right? Because she's a kitty. But like I said, I put my jacket over it so she wouldn't get wet. But yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, we brought Takara home in a snowstorm.
Oh gosh.
So I did the same thing.
Yeah.
And I had to go bus from Brampton.
Well, at least they let you on with them.
Well, you said that in a real Canadian way.
Yeah,
Go
I did.
bus. I had to go bus.
I had to go bus
It's a verb.
from Brampton.
Oh no, I was just about to say, didn't they close down? But it's Greyhound that closed down.
Yeah.
That is messed up. Yeah.
Can't believe that. Yeah.
So.
Well, no one's going anywhere, right?
No one's going
Not
anywhere.
right now, but that's how people did go places when we were allowed.
I wouldn't be surprised if another bus thing pops up later on.
Someone's just gonna buy all that.
It's just
all
different.
that.
Yeah, it won't be called Greyhound. It'll be called something else.
There was something else major that closed
Always room
too.
for more buses.
No, but there was something else that was like pretty major that closed down too, and I can't remember what it was. Does anybody know?
Nope.
No? Any major chains or anything that closed down because of the pandemic?
No.
No?
I can't think of any.
I felt like there was another one. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I dreamt it.
Maybe.
Maybe I dreamt corporations fell.
Jeff Bezos is going to space.
Like, are they shooting him into space
Yeah.
because everyone hates him, or he's
No, he wants to do it. Maybe because everyone hates him, but he's doing because he has a space company.
yeah.
Of course he does.
Of course he does.
Hey, you have that much money. What would you buy? A
Yeah.
fucking space company.
Oh, here's a question: is it Bezos or Bezos?
I pronounce it Bezos.
It's Bezos.
Who cares those? How about that?
Out of my head, I was literally just about to say I don't care enough.
Yeah, I'll smoke weed about that.
Yeah. But yeah, no. Apparently he's just gonna go for it. And like, I hope it crashes.
He's the guy that owns Amazon, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as I love using Amazon,
Thank you
I
for
also,
your shit, but fuck off.
I'd be willing to pay a little more
Like-
for, actually, no, they could just cover it. They could just not take so much money.
I
from
really
themselves.
can't
Yeah.
say shit because I just got a purchase off Amazon. I got blue light glasses.
It is really convenient. It's
Yeah,
like,
let's
it
say.
is a service. It's a hell of a service, but
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I just got an email saying my Switch what do you call it's coming in on Wednesday.
What do you call it? What model? That's the new model?
yeah, you know, well, it's one of the call it's.
What did you buy?
Switch carrying case.
Oh,
Yes, it's a green Switch carrying case.
that's cool. I love how he looked at me and went, "Oh fuck!" like it just gave me that look of, "Oh, I didn't tell you."
Well, I
That wasn't supposed to be as accusing as I made it sound. Like, what did you buy?
I bought us a case, honey.
well, it is our Switch, right?
Oh man, yeah.
But I looked at the Switch cases at Jumbo. Didn't have any cool ones really. They had one that was like, what's that fucking game? Animal Crossing.
Oh
And
yeah.
it was light green and it had a giant leaf symbol on it, and I was like, that's kind of cool. I like leaf Pokemon and stuff like that, or grass Pokemon. So
That's cute.
kind of nice, but it was kind of small and didn't look like it was durable enough. If I dropped that fucking thing, it's probably still gonna break the Switch. So I bought this one because it's really durable. It's made by Nintendo, and it's all like, you know, really durable shit in there, and it's
Really
green,
durable.
like bright lime green. So I was like, yes, I love it.
Cuckoo. I mean, obviously, I would say support local more than buying online because, you know,
Well, if they
Online
don't have, okay,
is-
I believe that. I believe in supporting local and stuff like that, but I'm not gonna buy something.
no, but then I'm a culprit of it too, though.
Yeah.
Like, I should be buying on, like, more local craps instead of purchasing on Amazon.
Well, you did earlier. You know, you bought a whole bunch of stuff from a local art store.
I
and-
did actually today, finally, because things are finally open again. I was able to go into an art store for the first time in a while, and it was really nice. However, I showed major restraint because I just went straight to where I needed to go, grabbed the solutions and stuff that I needed because I was getting alcohol blending solution for any artist that might be listening. And I needed it, and I was just like, okay, if I dilly-dally, I'm going to be in here for the next hour and a half, and I don't have the money to be in here for an hour and a half. So I just went straight to the alcoholing section. I'm like, okay, get what I need. But then I had a gift card from Christmas that I haven't been able to use, so my roommate took me to Michael's, and that was fun. I got stuff. Just art therapy, you know? It was nice. It was a nice afternoon.
She's like, yeah, I'm gonna have to show restraint. And I'm like, okay, you can only buy what you can carry.
Hey.
So she picks up a giant canvas and just piles everything on that. I'm like, that's the loophole I left in.
That's like one time me and Ryan went grocery shopping, and he was grabbing stuff for whatever he had to grab, and he started grabbing something. Like, hey, can you grab that for me? I was like, hey man, really want to grocery shopping? Only grab what you can carry. Didn't think that would bite me in the ass because later on the next week I had to do some grocery shopping. Ryan was with me. And, hey Ryan, can you grab the phone? He goes, hey man, only grab what you can carry. I was like, fuck you.
He's been saving that one. That's fucking good.
Yeah. Yeah. Justice's face was just kind of like, damn it.
As she's scuttling away, you said no, I just need to carry it. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I even went and shopped local today. I went to the local comic book store I like to go to. That's finally open. Got myself a new comic book
That's good.
instead of ordering it online like I did the last two. But you know,
Yeah. Well, I mean, when everything's closed,
It's a little harder.
it's a little harder. Definitely. And I'm kind of a hermit. The only places I've gone are the grocery store maybe a couple times, and that's only because it gives me anxiety. I usually send you. And the only reason I went those couple times is because you weren't there. And then work. And I'm comfortable at work. Work doesn't really bother me, but yeah, that's the only two places I've gone. So being in a store today, I was just like, this is amazing. I'm out. What is this?
Yeah. What comic books did you buy?
Oh yeah.
I got Preacher book 2 because I already bought Preacher book 1 from there. But like before all the pandemic went, before it went back into lockdown number 2, I bought it from there. But I read that, finished it, and then I went and got book 2 today.
After lockdown number 3.
Yeah. So I'm gonna start reading that soon. It's a good book. It's an interesting story. The whole Preacher series
What's it about?
about a guy who's a preacher who is like he has a really fucked up backstory of how he became a preacher.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, one day he
Like the opposite of that dude from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I don't know.
Haven't seen enough of that to know.
It was a dude. It was a preacher who just gets his life ruined by the gang. They destroy this guy's life.
Well, he ends up losing his faith kind of somewhat because he's like stuck in this town where no one seems to care about God either.
Yeah.
So one night he gets drunk and he's like, fuck all this stuff, right? And gets all into the town's bullshit, and then they beat him up, and he goes back to his church, and then he gets taken over by some kind of fucking special deity that came from space, and it turns out to be like this thing called Genesis, which is more powerful than God himself. And that's where he finds out God is missing, and he's supposed to go. He makes it his mission to go find God. So that's basically part of book one. There's a whole bunch of other cool shit that happens too.
That really took a lleft turn.
Yeah.
At the end there, yeah. You just said that nonchalantly, because you've already read the first book. But I was like, that's a heavy statement.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting is a guy named Arseface.
Arse.
Wait, I beg your pardon?
Yeah, there's a guy named Arseface.
Arse.
Arse.
Face. ARSE
Yes.
face.
Yes. The British form of ass.
Yes. Quite.
And because he tried
indeed.
to, he was, I guess he's a dumb kid or something like that, and he blew his jaw off with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And so when it healed, his mouth looks like a fucking asshole. So, they don't call him that right away, but he ends up seeing, like some other character in the book sees him and he goes, does that motherfucker have an arse for a face? And so,
Okay, Chewbacca? What the fuck was that?
That was either Chewbacca. It was like Chewbacca mixed with like Peter Griffin's laugh. I so badly wanted to say that was like Chewbacca mixed with myself. Throwback.
Oh, gosh.
That's funny.
yes, good book, Preachers.
True.
It's also a series on Amazon Prime.
That was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why you're reading it.
Well, not really, because I'm reading it because someone else I know told me about it before, and then I was listening to another podcast, and the one guy was talking about how it's one of the influential books to read if you like comic books with actual weird stories and stuff, not just like people in capes and tight pants and stuff. I like those too. I like comic books with heroes, but I like this weird shit too, like Preacher and like what was the other one I was reading that was not the same kind of shit? It's like weird.
I don't remember.
Oh fuck, I can't remember his name now.
You have so many comic books, dude. It's so hard for me to keep track. Like, they're everywhere.
They're not. Well,
No.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can you do? You're dating a comic book nerd.
It's fine. Jess knows what it's like.
I was gonna say we were like that with like books.
Yeah, we're like that with books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
We
Miss,
we
I
have zero legs to stand on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Miss, I have a bookshelf on every floor of this house.
Actually,
Air floor.
one of those is mostly your books.
Still,
It's
it was
on
your
the floor.
bookcase.
It's your bookcase.
Oh, you little shit. Yeah, I have a lot of books, and that's fine.
If you couldn't tell, I'm on Chris's side.
and also, how many of those books have you read all the way through?
Okay, excuse me. I have ones that I have finished, and then I have ones that are waiting to be read. It's
So?
like a little library waiting for me, and I enjoy it. Let me have it.
You can have that. I'm just saying, I've read every one of my comic books.
Yes, you have.
You just throwing it out there, man. Just throwing
Yes,
it-
you have. I went. Okay, there was a few years before we met where I went a little book crazy. I was.
Before we met?
There was a few years
A few years.
before and after we met.
Like I said, okay, there's been a few years where I wasn't book crazy, but then I met you and
No, like I haven't bought any books in a while. Like
No.
I have my like stack of my witchy books, and then I have my normal like novels and my classic literature and stuff like that. Because some of them are more collector stuff too, like for that purpose. And then I have all my childhood books packed away. Like I have a lot of books, but again, library. It is like my life goal to have a little mini library. And yes, no, that didn't make sense. No, I do not have the room for it, but one day I might. And until then, I will hoard my books happily, okay?
Well, I'll give it to you there, because like, I have novels too that I haven't read yet, but I collect them because they're Stephen King novels. I haven't read all of them yet, but I have a couple.
Ha, liar. I've read all my books.
Comic books. You said I have a lot of comic books, and I said you have a lot of books. And then you made something about my comic books compared to your books.
Don't try to backpedal.
And I'm just
Don't
saying,
try to
I read all
backpedal.
my comic books more than you've read all your books, so there. But I can understand about the... Shh. But I can understand about the books thing, because I have books that I haven't finished yet, too, so... there.
Catch your breath. It's fine. They're just staring at us like, what did we just... Why are we witness to a lover's quarrel right now? We're still here, guys.
Mom and Dad are arguing again.
Oh, our listeners love it probably by now.
Actually, we don't bicker that much, do we? I don't think so.
No, not at all.
No. That was so fucking convincing.
That was quick.
A little too quick.
You'll never know just how quick it was. That sounded wrong afterwards.
That's what she said.
Yeah, I was expecting somebody to say that.
And she gets it.
Oh. I go to pack a Coke, and it's already there. Past me, looking out for future me. What up? I love it when that happens. Anybody else? Spinny raises his hand. Uh-oh. I'm so dumb.
At least you're pretty.
Cute. Bitch. Oh, I love you. It's fine.
Me too.
I don't want you to leave. But I'm happy because I love you. I'm just happy that you were on an episode.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll happen again, which I'm sure it will. This won't be the last time.
Coming up for a week in August.
Yee. I'm so excited.
No.
Well, my birthday's in August, for those who don't know. So, yeah, I'm excited to have my best friend for a week. And it's really exciting. Yay.
For sure.
Don't sound so enthusiastic.
I was gonna say, yeah, love you guys too.
It's just like, God, I'm going to have...
Feeling the love in the room.
Well, I'll have to, I guess, have to book some time off too, I guess, soon then. Basically what you're saying.
Yeah, basically. Well, apparently I get mouthier when you're around, so I think he's more worried that we're just gonna gang up on him the whole week. He's gonna be a little estrogened out.
That sounded dirty that you meant that.
How is estrogen dirty?
I don't know, it just sounded
Dirty. I can't talk.
said you meant it. I don't know. I'm high.
Estrogen. There's the word.
Probably some more weed about that, but
Those are all certainly sounds.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I didn't hear a word.
It wasn't one. I heard weed. He did say weed in there. But
He made an effort.
So there was one word.
weed. I mean, why say lot word when few word do trick?
I spoke eyelash good.
Oh my gosh.
Fired bad, treat pretty.
So you can always find us on the social medias. Twitter's always room for more, or always more pod. Twitter, always more pod. And Instagram,
And Facebook.
always room for more podcasts, and Facebook as well. You can always find us there. It's always room for more podcasts.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know, because you look like you wanted to say something.
No, I have nothing. You're just kind of staring at me.
You're just staring at me over. So just looking over.
Because she loves you.
I love her too. But I'm also
Staring at
high,
your-
so you can't do that to me.
But you're talking.
Just making him paranoid. I'm like, I'm sorry. Am I not supposed to pay attention to you talk?
I feel like I'm forgetting something. That's why when you stare at me like that, I'm like, am I forgetting something? Like something I'm supposed to be saying? Are you saying something now? What?
You covered Twitter. You covered Instagram.
Yeah.
You covered Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, go ahead because it always helps us out. That might be what you were missing. Other than that, I think you're good.
That sounds about right. Sounds good. I like it.
Okay.
I like where your head's at. It's a good one. I'll smoke weed about it. So thanks to Color for the High. Because there's always room for more.